So
Yeah.
the industry is moving very fast. So we cannot just say, hey, I have 3 templates and that's enough for me. So
Mm.
it's always better to have more resources than nothing. Take 3 different projects, combine them into one, and then at that level, they are not projects anymore. They are
Hmm.
products. You are building a product, but to get it done, you probably need to take, a template A plus template B plus template C.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another expert session. Today on our podcast, we have with us Camille Girabawe. He is working as a data science engineering manager at Adobe presently. Thank you so much for coming on our podcast, Camille, and thank you so much for doing this with us today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Camille, for our viewers, Camille is an expert with Project Pro. And Camille, over to you. I would love for you to share your current role and focus areas with our viewers.
Sure. So I'm currently the data science manager, as you mentioned. I do things from natural language understanding to marketing processes. So we have machine learning processes, embedded in different areas, basically to automate a lot of things. The whole point is to make the life of a marketer much, much easier.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, Camille, you are a PhD. You've done your PhD. You've worked at SAP as well before moving to Adobe. Could you please throw some light on your journey to becoming a data science leader that you are today?
Sure. So I usually joke about saying that my life has been physics, right? So I've done physics, I don't know, since elementary school, I guess.
Okay.
And then, I had in mind that I would be a professor or somebody in the academics.
Okay.
Over the course of my journey, when I was doing my PhD, that's when I actually came in contact with this whole thing called data science. So yeah, I was in a conference and everybody was talking about machine learning, data science. Okay, then I went in some of the session to just check what is that.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured actually everything I was doing on a daily basis was part of this whole thing, data science. Then after realizing, okay, so I have some skills that I can actually use, you know, in other areas other than physics.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I started to try to find out what is my weakness. If I go into that area, what would I be focusing on first of all? And what do I have to work on to get there?
Mm-hmm.
So back then, I had a very huge interest in investment banking.
Yeah.
Sorry. So eventually, I started taking some investment classes, also taking some classes on Coursera, trying to see what actually happens over there. So I did do an internship, um, but that internship came back as it was more finance, too much of finance than what I was like. It wasn't that quantitative as I wanted. So talking to different people, mentors, they actually told me, the beauty of data science is there's so many things you can work on. If you tried finance, you didn't like it, try something else. So I had no idea what to try. Then I came across a program at SAP, SAP. So
Mm-hmm.
this was a rotational program, like where once you graduate and you are, you up like they accept you at SAP, you are given a chance to rotate through 4 different teams,
Okay.
doing different things until you actually figure out, what you fall in love with.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, and I fell into a team that was working on some of the interesting problem, which involved a lot of knowledge graphs. basically think of kind of catalog normalization. So each company is gonna have their own product catalogs, but SAP being like a B2B company, like they build products that other companies can use.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got into that team, I stayed there.
Okay.
So spent I think a year and a half, you know. Long story short, one of my peers in SAP happened to be in Adobe. And then we used to talk a lot about data science. And then I figured he was also working on some interesting problems in marketing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I actually moved from SAP to Adobe and where I'm staying now. So when I joined then, I was senior data scientist, was leading projects around. So it was like more of segmentation, customer segmentation. So different models that we've been using, but the whole point was to take an entire population of customers and build some tools that can allow marketers to segment those customers or even potential customers.
Okay.
So, and then that's what I'm doing today, but it always come in different flavors.
Your journey seems very, very interesting to me, from you wanting to become go into academia to then
Yeah.
wanting to become an investment banker, and then coming to become a data science leader. It's a very interesting journey, a very interesting choreograph that I see here.
Yeah, it is.
So, Camille, during this entire journey, I am sure when you, in each of your phases, or because you were learning so many new things and you were trying to execute so many new things, what has your philosophy been on the practical approach to learning anything?
When I started working, these kind of projects I was working on, they were brand new to me. And the type of person I am, I don't like to do something that I've seen before. I always like new challenges.
Okay.
So it's like you are given a challenge to get completed in 6 months, for instance. Everything is brand new to you. Maybe you know the basic.
Hmm.
Then it's always fun to me to go out on the internet, look at what other people have done, like the literature, read papers, go on GitHub, read mediums. So, and then by doing that research, working on those tiny projects, because when someone publishes what they have done on something, they usually don't give too much details,
Hmm.
but they are like small pieces that you can take and put together and
Hmm.
add your creativity and then actually be able to deliver the full project. So my philosophy is a lot of challenges, a lot of doing research. And on top of that, I always want to be creative. Like if someone has done A and B, I want to add C.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's super, super interesting. So
Mhm.
now I'll come to what Project Pro does. You've been associated with us, you know. One key part of our product is the reusability of projects. Now, who do you think can reuse a project, and how much time something like this could save?
It's more about, understand the concept behind the project.
Hmm.
And if this project went through 7 steps, you probably want to use only 5 because that's what you need.
Correct.
So it's not like copy pasting that, we sometimes when you're reviewing code, then you can see like someone exactly copied and pasted. But I
Hmm.
do believe in learning, like starting from what other people have done and add some improvement instead of wasting your time reinventing the wheel.
Got it.
Yeah,
So the R&D part has been done by someone else. You could just build onto it something to create something bigger and better.
correct. Yeah.
You
Yeah, you
just,
could, yeah,
yeah,
you
please
could
go ahead.
like, take 3 different projects or combine them into one, and then that at that level, they are not projects anymore. They are
Hmm.
products. You are building a product, but to get it done, you probably need to take, a template A plus template B plus template C. So whoever built those templates, they never had in mind what product you can build out of them. But your creativity comes into look at all other people have done. Those are the foundations, and then see how you can put them, stitch them together, and deliver a good product. So that saves you a lot of time, basically in research, in trial and error, because all you're caring about, you focus on the product or the service you want to deliver, and maybe the work you're going to do is stitching together the foundations that other people have built.
Understood.
Yeah.
My next 2-3 questions is basically what comes from our customers. They are most often asked by our customers. Now, one of these questions is, why do you think a user needs a repository of 250 projects? Why can't we just get done with 2 or 3 projects? Why 250 projects?
That's an interesting one. Because I do think every day is different in our area of expertise. So today you're gonna start with 3 and feel like this is enough for me, but tomorrow you're gonna hit another challenge, and then you're gonna remember, oh, there is a place where I got these 3 templates. There was 247 remaining, and then you go there, browse, and see something that fits better to your current need. So the industry is moving really fast. So we cannot just say, hey, I have 3 templates, and that's enough for me. So it's always better to have more resources than nothing.
This is super helpful that keep adding, because the industry is changing every day. New things are adding up every day.
Yeah.
Another question is, you can talk specifically about the projects that you have created. Our customers ask our experts, how can your projects help me get a job?
So yeah, I mean, basing on one of those, it's I built a monitoring system like that can help you to monitor your end-to-end machine learning training pipelines. Things like you don't have to keep manually check if the data has changed, or even if you need to update the modules you used. So you basically have this pipeline doing that for you. All it does is just send you notifications if there is a data change. It train the models, it deploy it, and then all you're gonna see is just a warning or a notification says there has been a retraining on day XYZ. Or if there is anything that failed, you also get a notification that you need to go check, something is wrong. So now, back in the days, this entire pipeline, to accomplish what this pipeline does, you would probably need data scientist, a machine learning, data scientist, a data engineer, and a DevOps. So with this pipeline, you're kind of saving the time of those 3 people into one who built that pipeline once, and use those 3 people creating new stuff instead of just keep watching something that can be done by a machine.
Got it. Do you have any suggestions or recommendations for someone who is a beginner or an intermediate level data scientist who is applying for job interviews and want to highlight certain projects in their resume or portfolio? What suggestions or recommendations would you give on how to highlight the projects?
Okay, so that's a very good question I usually get from people reaching out, trying to understand how to get into this industry. I'm gonna just give an example of what I've done, because I'm the first witness of what I've done and how it helped me getting here. So the first thing, I created a passion to something.
Okay.
I was always avoiding to run after the market because, as I say, the market is changing. So what happens is, if you focus on a passion, on a problem you want to solve, it's no longer about I want to learn this skill, I want to learn this tool. You have a goal to provide a solution to a problem. you're gonna use any tool that is available to you to make that happen. The principle is simple. Think simple, deliver first, and efficiently. So that's what I do.
Got it.
So for someone who's trying to get into the industry now, yeah, I understand coming from this, from school, you have no idea, frustration is there. You look at a job, you want to apply to it, you change your resume to fit it. It's fine, you can do it. But what I say, if you create a passion earlier, those jobs that you're trying to run after, they're actually gonna come to you.
Got it. Okay. Now, with what you've spoken about your career graph, you've shown, and it reflects completely that you are a constant learner.
Yeah.
Now that you've moved to data science, we'll specifically talk about data science here. As a data science learner, how do you constantly stay updated with the latest trends in the industry?
So I have a routine, Medium.
Yeah.
So I use Medium a lot. So I run 3 times a week. When I'm running, I just, I'm playing some, Medium article in the background.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean really that I'm learning something that I can go down and reproduce, but at least I know something is being done, something has been done about this. So then I have that idea in my mind.
Okay.
Then tomorrow, if I hit a project, the beauty of your brain is it's gonna always trigger something and remind you, hey, I've heard about this thing in one of those podcasts, in one of those Medium articles I always play in the morning.
Okay.
So in summary, the quick way that I keep up with the market is keep reading Medium, keep Medium in the background when I have that. And then when I have a specific project, so I start from those mediums that I've heard or I've read, and also consult the literatures.
Okay. This is
And another thing that I cannot forget is keep talking to people.
Yeah.
Keep in touch with other folks, because that helps a lot. Yeah.
So networking and running both come with their own benefits for you.
Correct. Yeah.
Got it. When you are in a managerial position, when you are interviewing for a data scientist role, what are the key things that you look for in a candidate?
I would go from my team. The biggest or the strongest skill that I see in my team, eventually I have brilliant folks on the team, but most of all, they are very, very collaborative. So one thing I really care about, first of all, to be able to come to the interview stages is because you have already been assessed about coding skills and everything that is basic. So when you start interviews with my team, we really care about someone who's very collaborative.
Okay.
Can be smart, very good. But we like someone who gets smarter with other people. We want to see you joining as a smart guy. And then we want to have the confidence that you're going to actually get smarter than when you came in. So then this whole comes down to collaboration.
Got it. Okay. And I will ask my last question before we wrap up this podcast. What is that one thing you wish you knew about data science when you were starting out?
That's a tricky one.
You've done.
Okay. All right, I can try. It can feel like academia at some point, right? So one of the reasons I left SAP is because projects over there would tend to take a year or even more.
Okay.
So, and since like the way I am is I don't like to keep doing the same thing over and over. So I like new things, get a new challenge, solve it, deliver the product, move on, do something. Basically, whatever I've done, automate it so it can be done itself. So yeah, I wish that I knew that sometimes data science it could feel like academia, because I left academia for one reason, as in keep doing same things for 20 years. I respect folks who do that, and really I do. But I'm not cut for that, when I assess myself.
Got it. Understood.
Yeah.
So that was it from my end. Do you have any message, any thing you want to share with all aspiring data scientists? Any last message that you want to share?
I would say, stay thirsty for knowledge. Keep learning. Don't give up. Pick some passion. Go after it.
Yeah. That's a super thoughtful point that everybody should be aware of and should keep practicing also. Stay thirsty for knowledge. Thank you so much, Camille, for doing this with us today. It was a pleasure and an honor to speak with you today.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Project Pro, the only solution for solved industrial grade projects.